A little girl was just on vacation at the beach with her family when she suddenly noticed something weird about a cruise ship on the water. But before she could even react, her mother suddenly realized in terror that the massive cruise ship was heading straight toward them out of control. The family immediately started running as fast as they could, but that cruise ship was like a steel monster, and in the blink of an eye it was right in front of them. They had no idea what was happening and could only retreat to the vacation rental they were staying in. But when they got back to the house, they discovered that all the electronic devices had lost their internet connection. They still hadn't realized that a massive disaster was about to strike. Since they couldn't connect to the internet and their phones had no signal, the kids went to bed early. Only Jack and his wife stayed up late playing with building blocks out of boredom. But then suddenly there was a knock at the door. This immediately made Jack realize something was wrong, since having someone knock on the door this late at night was pretty unusual. So he quietly grabbed a wooden stick for protection and cautiously opened the door. To his surprise, it was a father and daughter, and Jack recognized them as the black landlord who had rented them the house. It turned out that the landlord's area in the city had experienced a massive power outage, and their home internet had mysteriously cut out too. He didn't know what was happening in the city, so for safety reasons he came to this remote old house to take shelter. Since it was already the middle of the night, Jack invited the father and daughter inside out of basic human decency. But then suddenly the TV made a sharp, piercing sound. Only then did everyone realize how serious the situation was. But since it was already late at night and they were exhausted, they decided to go back to their rooms and figure out what was happening in town tomorrow. What they didn't know was that while everyone was fast asleep, the TV suddenly got a signal and started broadcasting an emergency news report. First thing the next morning, Lisa checked her phone and found that the internet still wasn't working. To figure out what was going on, she asked her husband to go outside and see what was happening in town. Meanwhile, their little daughter went out to the yard to play. But then she saw something incredibly strange. She noticed countless wild deer slowly approaching their house, and as the camera angle gradually rose, the story became more and more mysterious.